Okay, and just don't say nip it up, just give it a little tweak with the bigger screwdriver here. The thread lock will hold it in place. So that's the first bit that goes in. The next bit to go in is this. Now you've got to get this the right way around because the kingpin comes in from the back, and also the remote control is from the front, so it wants to be that way around, and that goes, or will go there with 4 screws. Before I put that in place, thread lock. You do not want your 5th wheel dropping out. That is for sure. Now then, these are very carefully sized, I think, if I remember rightly, because these screws have to go just only just go through the chassis. They don't, because there's a piece of plastic underneath. You don't want them to go into that and start bending and breaking that. No, that's not right. That is not right. Something's... They're the right screws, but that's not right. Okay, something is wrong there, and I've got a feeling as to what it is, but I'm just going to check back. I think I've assembled something upside down or incorrectly, probably as a result of no, I assembled that the right way round. Well, that's towards the back, and that's upside. Nah, it's upside down. Ah, dear, that's upside down. Okay, this is upside down. Now then, question is, can I take it out? The answer is probably not very easily, but we're going to see. Okay, so made a mistake in building this. Now then, sometimes you might be able to sort of, yeah, I can't push it one side or the other. So I've got to do is probably loosen off quite a few things. Are they machine screws? No, they're not there. I've got a feeling I did this last time as well. Now then, okay, how much do I need to, probably let's take this all the way off of there. A little bit of play there, but I'm going to need to take this out as well. Okay. It's going to need thread lock on it when I put it back. Now then, can I splay that enough to drop that out? No, I can't. I've literally got to take that member out as well. Then hopefully I can splay it enough. Thread lock doing its job there. Slide that backwards. I should hopefully have I got enough room? You're not going to have enough room, that one. Okay, take that out of there, and then take that one out, turn it around like that and put it back in. Come on. There, like that. Then this. Now reverse assembly again, we put that back in there. This screw can go back into there, so we start to reassemble this. Ideally, you don't, these screws that go into plastic, you don't want to be taking them in and out very often. Can I screw that up tight? Let's put these two in here first. Before I do that, I've got two screws there and two screws there and two on the other side. Okay. So, you know, if you make mistakes, you can put it right, as you've just seen. It takes a little bit of thought to save having to do a large amount of dismantling. I really didn't want to take the whole chassis apart to do that, which is was always a possibility, I guess. Now then, what I need to do here is slip in a little bit of thread lock down there like that. and then drop that back into that hole. He says it will go in, you will go in. There we go. So that one will screw in. And now also on this side want to drop some thread lock on it as well. Let's drop some into the hole. It's a lot easier to get it into the hole than it is to get it on the everywhere else. It's not really a problem. It is a problem. There's too much there. Way too much. Right, I can now tighten up these screws here, that one. And I don't think I'll loosen that one off, okay. Tighten this up. And I better put these screws in first as well, otherwise I may not be able to slide this around. Now what happened here, this piece, you've got to keep track of what's upside down and what's right way up when you're building this. And I got confused. This, when you first put this together, it's very easy to get what's the top and the bottom confused, especially since the servo, which is at the front here, is upside down. Okay, this servo here is upside down. And it, I don't know, for some reason my brain at least sort of expected it to be the other way up, and therefore I thought this was the bottom, not the top. So when I looked at the placement of this, I put it in upside down. And I remember when I built the Scania I did exactly the same thing. Put it in upside down. And when you do that, the screws that go through there and have to go all the way through won't. Because there's a piece of plastic in the way, because this thing is upside down. Yes, I remember doing exactly the same thing. But as you can see, okay, it was a sort of a 10-minute fix. Had to mess around a little bit, but it worked. We got it sorted in the end. Screw this in before the thread lock goes off. Okay, and now let's clean the end of this thread lock off. I don't know why it's sort of squeezing its way out, because I'm not actually squeezing the tube, but so a bit more back on there and a little bit more back on there, because I'll have rubbed most of it off when I was moving that thing backwards and forwards. Now I can put the stilts on there. That should still be okay and viable. Put that on there. Now when I put these two screws in, they should be okay and go all the way through without bottoming it out, which is what was happening before. Because there's a cutout now in the top of this piece of plastic that I turned over here, which allows this to go all the way through and screw down tight. By the way, this is aluminium chassis, so you can, and they're metal steel screws, so you can actually strip the aluminium as well. So you don't want to be cranking them down really hard. After all, in any case, that's what the thread lock's for. Okay, that's in place. Let's now put this into place. It wants to have a 90-degree turn on it. Snap it there. So there we go. That's now servo controlled. That sits like that most of the time. Now we can put the side skirts on. Or the side skirt mounts on. So 2 on each side, and they face towards the back. So what we'll do, sorry about that, I'm going to do is put this way around, and they go on the side. One will go there and one will go here, facing towards the back, which is that way. Facing, by facing I mean this bit goes towards the back, it goes in there like that. So first thing I'm going to do, thread lock. One. So now you're not going to come out. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Tiny drops. Now I can't easily hold this up, so I'm going to do it sideways. So what I'm going to do is just go in this way, like so. And before I put the screw all the way home, I'll put the other one in, which makes it easier. Because if you tighten that first screw up, what you might do is just not put this in quite the right position to be able to get the second screw in. So put it in first before you tighten them up, and it allows you to sort of wiggle this around until you get the screws in. Tiny dip a little bit, there we go, and do the same thing again. And again, this one also faces backwards. Kind of makes it look really wide at this point, but once